The most critical thing that we all know very well is the standard faucet. Now, I've got spread here some various examples of faucets, and we're going to spend a few moments going through them. This is the standard faucet that we all know, and we have to be careful to clean it. When we take apart the American faucet that's most commonly used, in this case we have a chrome-plated brass faucet, and we know we've got to clean our surfaces carefully, and you've got to clean all the surfaces. Take off the O-ring, and there's two vent holes that I will be showing you a cutaway drawing of that shortly. But the two vent holes need to be cleaned. So that's the standard American faucet, and I'll just put it back together right now, and then we'll move on to another version of it in plastic. Just put this back. Okay, it's back together, and just put my O-ring, and I'll put this to the side. Now, a different version of this is this particular faucet. This faucet has a creamer function. It has an extra functionality in which you can dispense or push back, and it gives you a little foam. And this is a plastic, a food-grade plastic design. This one is manufactured in Germany. And again, it has a slight different look to it, but the same kind of thing that you've got to fill it with a detergent and scrub it out, same kind of functionality. Now, there is another kind of faucet that we have to look at, and it's the stainless steel faucet. This is the newest innovation in faucets available to the American bar. This is a Ventmatic faucet. Again, with some drawings that are part of my presentation, you'll have a cutaway view of comparing this one to the standard American. This one looks very different, and it's called a seal-forward faucet. Now, let me take off the O-ring at the back, and the first thing you'll notice is instead of that funny piston, I've got a simple cylinder, and I don't have any vents. So one way of cleaning a faucet like that is to take this apart and scrub it very well, and put it together, and to clean through it. And you can even screw in different kinds of adapters over here. But the secret about this faucet is hygienically, I believe it's superior to the standard American design, because when it's closed, we have beer flooded all the way up to the little cylinder. Now, the beer is kept cold because it is well screwed into the shank. The shank hopefully is cooled, so we have convection cooling this ½ an inch. The standard American faucet, when you close it, it drains down. We have a big wet surface area full of beer, and we have an environment. Air is not good. It promotes microbial growth. In this case, I've got a much smaller place after the plug that drains out completely, and there's none of these draining vent holes. And it's harder for something to grow if it stays immersed in an anaerobic position. The other faucet that I have here is the familiar stout faucet. A stout faucet uses a 75-25 mixture, and of course there's one product it's famous for, and what it has unusual is a nozzle, and in the nozzle we have a small sintered port with little holes and a flow straightener, and this strips out nitrogen that's in the stout, and then it gives that wonderful cascade that stouts have. Now, this faucet is a harder faucet to clean, and I won't go into that at this point, but it's good to compare it to the other choices we have in faucet.